For the total, I am going with the Jets Bills under 46 and a half. I think both of these defenses are very good, and there's only one good offense in this game. So 46 points, 47 points, a lot of points for these two teams, in my opinion. First of all, let's look at the Jets, because I think the Jets are if you haven't been following too close, you might not realize just how good the Jets defense is starting to become. And I know they face some backup quarterbacks and whatnot, but you look at the talent on this team. I think this defense is for real. They're eighth in DVOA, eighth against the pass, eighth against the run. So they're number 3 in pressure rate, and they blitz at a bottom 5 rate, which means they're getting home with their front 4. Quinnen Williams has been a monster, 32 pressures, 7 sacks. Every single Buffalo interior lineman, so both guards and the center Morse, are ranked below average across the board in PFF grades. So I think he's going to be tough to deal with on the inside, but you're not going to ever contain this Buffalo offense, or you're never going to fully shut it out. But this is the best defense Buffalo has faced thus far this year. And, I think that's saying something here, because Buffalo is 1-6 toward the over, or said another way, they're 6-1 toward the under, and they've been facing defenses that are a lot worse than the Jets. You have 2 top 5 corners in coverage grade, and Sauce Gardner, who's 2nd, and DJ Reed Jr., who's 5th. So it's the most you can ask for when you're going against Diggs and Gabriel Davis. And then you look on the other side of the ball and you say, okay, Buffalo, their defense, top 5, and they've already faced 3 top 5 offenses. They faced Kansas City first, Baltimore who's 2nd, and Miami who's 5th. All 3 of them, Buffalo held them to 21 points or fewer. They faced 3 offenses that rank 20th or below, like the Jets, who are 21st. Buffalo allowing 6.7 points per game to those offenses with a high of 10. So no offense ranked 20th or below has eclipsed 10 points against this Bills defense. I don't think the Jets will be able to here either. Breece Hall, big loss, 5.8 yards per carry. Yards per carry is a very volatile stat, but just the fact that he was averaging 5.8, that was production that they're not getting now from Michael Carter, who's averaging 3.5, and James Robinson averaged 3.4 in his Jets debut and was right around 3 over the last few weeks, which is why he got traded in the first place. The Jets are 4th worst in 3rd down conversion rate since Zach Wilson returned, and we've talked about his passer rating under pressure. It's abysmal. It's under 15. So I don't think the Jets are going to have much success moving the football. And I think the Bills, they'll still be good on offense, but they'll have their toughest matchup that they've had yet this season. Divisional unders in games played outdoors, 19-6, 76% this season, 55-33, 63% since the start of last season, covering by almost 3 points per game. So give me the Bills Jets under 46.5.
Yeah, this number's a tad high for my likings. I really want to play the Bills. This sets up as a classic Bills game that they win a lot of games by double digits, and they know when the Jets are going to throw, trying to come back. I don't mind this under. The only thing at the Dodge is
turnover,
like Zach Wilson, pick sixes. He under pressure because the Bills. And I had that down here too in my handicap, which is why I knew where you were going with it. The Jets' 3rd highest pressure rate, and they don't blitz, and they do it on 3rd downs too. They can get pressure, and they're dropping their safeties back, good corners, but they can prevent the explosive plays here and make the Bills drive down the field, and then so I think that's an important handicap here. But Zach Wilson's going to be under pressure also without the Bills having to blitz, and he's 9 of 47 for 140 yards, 3.3 yards per attempt, 1 touchdown, 5 picks under pressure. I mean, he's just going to spin out of the pocket, run around, and throw it up, and you got to hope that the Bills don't catch it and return it for a touchdown. But it feels to me like the number you're paying a premium for the Bills here. I don't know if I can lay 13 in a road divisional game against a competent Jets defense. But I think, I don't disagree with you under. I think it's Bills or nothing because I just think that the Jets, their defense is good, but it's overrated because of the quarterbacks they face. And like you said, you're not going to stop this Bills offense. So the Bills should get a lead. And then the Bills are going to, then it's going to be Zach Wilson trying to come back against the Bills. That's not going to end well. So to me, and the Bills always win when they, 90% of the time they win by double digits. So I think it's Bills or nothing, but I don't mind your under. For my favorite total, I'm going to go with the Titans Chiefs under. What's this at FanDuel?
46.5.
Under 46.5. This is the Titans. I don't know how they win games. They last week was the first game they should have won. And I finally won money faded them at a tease. But they won last week by handing the ball to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has 79 more rushing yards than any other player from weeks 4 to 8, and he had a bye in there. So they were just handing him the ball a ton. They're the slowest team in the NFL as a result, but they're so limited elsewhere. And the reason that I like this under is that the Chiefs' run defense has actually improved this year. Some of their new pieces. I mean, if you look at the Chiefs' run defense numbers in recent seasons, I know our colleague Matt Moore would get tired of me basically on a record player saying the Chiefs' run defense is poverty. It's because it was. And they couldn't stop anybody. And now if you look, they're middle of the pack. This is a team that's 14th in EPA per rush. And, they're 23rd, I think, in rush success rate. Not a good run defense. I would say slightly below average overall. Before, this was dead last by far, 32nd ranked run defense in the NFL. They're also coming off of a bye here. It's a smart staff. They know it's coming here. Titans have the worst receiving room in the NFL, and they're going to load the box. And I don't think that Derrick Henry's going to have much success here. He'll get his, but he's not going to dominate the game like he did against Houston. Kansas City will get a lead, and they'll drain this clock out. That's what they do at home against bad teams. And if you look under Andy Reid, and for what it's worth, favorites of the under over the last 30 years has hit 55.5% of the time in games where the home team is favored by more than 10 points. Chiefs unders in home games under Andy Reid have always been a thing when they're a favorite. 43, 25, and 1, 64% going under by 4 points per game. How about when they're favored by 7+ points at home? 24, 10, and 1, 70% going under by a touchdown a game. How about as a double-digit favorite? 14 and 5, 70% going under by 8 points per game. So these games tend to play out the same way because, and Kansas City's totals tend to be inflated when they play bad teams, because when they play good teams who are going to score with them, they're going to score with them. If they're behind, they can just still, but if they go up on somebody, it's all right, we're not going to show much. And then, they'll shut it down in the second half. They'll start playing a lot slower. And that's what I think happens here. And I just don't see the Titans offense having much success at all. Also, both of these teams are scoring at their touchdown percentage rate in the red zone is, I think, 78%. They're tied for first, the Titans and the Chiefs. That's even for the Chiefs offense is way too high. There's some aggression coming in the red zone for both of these offenses. So expect a couple field goals here if the Titans can even get down there. And the Chiefs, basically what the Titans have done, if you look for their body of work this year, they can only score in the scripted portion, generally speaking. Well, the Chiefs are one of the best staffs in the NFL. They're coming off of a bye week. What do you think they spent their time doing here? It's not preparing for the complex Tennessee Titans passing attack. It's okay, load the box and let's see what they're doing in the scripted portion. I think that they shut down Tennessee's offense here. They'll have success because Tennessee's defense, especially against the pass, is very suspect. They'll build a lead, and this thing will grind to a halt. Give me the under.
Yeah, should have a write up for this, and I'm waiting that same way. The one thing I was gonna ask you, do you think Kansas City comes out super pass heavy in this one because Tennessee is number one against the run? Like that was my only concern. I was thinking about like, okay, seems like an obvious under, but like, does Kansas City just kind of salt it away, or because Tennessee has been so good against the run, are they still going to just be throwing in the second half? Which, even if they're throwing short passes, incompletion stop the clock. Like, what do you think? How do you think they're going to go about that?
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee has been good against the run, but like they played. Look who they played. They played the easiest schedule of opposing offenses. I don't think that they're an elite run defense by any stretch. I think they're good and they have some good defensive linemen, but I think the Chiefs will be able to have some success running the ball. I do think that they'll come out, throw it, and look, this is, and like we talked about before, this isn't the same Chiefs explosive offense. The Titans are a well-schooled, well-coached defense. That's why they always outperform their metrics. They're not going to give up the explosive plays here. They're going to be and then that's where I think some of this red zone regression comes in. So I think the Chiefs will have success moving it down the field, kick a couple field goals. I do think they'll come out throwing, but I think that they can have enough success running the ball, and then just short passes, an extension of the running game without running the ball is going to be their running game here, which will keep the chains moving late with a lead. And then they'll just hand it over to the defense, because this Titans team, have they been in a game script this year besides the Bills game when they couldn't score more than 7, when they had to play from behind because they can't throw the ball? And then their offense goes to shit because everything is based off play action. Everything is based off giving it to Henry. And once you get down, that goes to shit. And who are you throwing it to? You're relying on, Akina to run a 17-yard out against a team that knows you're passing with an offensive line that's shoddy in pass protection. It's not really going to work.
Yeah. No, this is, and it's a lot of points. We've been talking about unders this year.
I want to lay it, but it's a premium here.
No, I mean, the total is a lot of, like, we're both betting under 46 and a half. Yes. Like sometimes we're going under like 40, 39, 41. Like this is like a legit above average NFL score here. So I think there's
the
some
spread
cushion
too. I mean, Reed off the bye has been killer. Vrabel's a dog though, has been great.
Yeah.
I like the under too, so I don't want to lay 13 here. Backdoor risk always, but I do think Chiefs are the side, because I think they're just going to get a lead, and then the Titans offense is going to go into pieces, and then there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that too. I'm like, do I want to play this a side in this game or the total? And definitely, I think the total is the right play, just based on, I think you have more outs. Kansas City could play really well, or they could come, maybe they come out a little flat. I know they're great off the bye, but you never know. The way this NFL season has been going, it would never surprise me if anyone comes out flat offensively these days. So either way, the Titans' route to victory is keeping Kansas City off the scoreboard. Kansas City's route to victory is Tennessee not scoring.